Bonjour, Kinamagan in Ireland and Dijnikas, and welcome to this week's edition of our Week at a Glance videos, this time featuring week 29. As per the norm, we'll begin in our Google Classroom page. Students can access this using their @segchipschool.net accounts on any device, including yours. If you want to see what's going on in the classroom, most of these documents are sent home to you as well. But if you needed a reminder, here it is. You see, we have today's newsletter. We have up recent videos. We have the round dance flyer, Spirit Week. Those are both going to be talked about in just a moment. In fact, this video will be posted there in the next few hours. But before I send the email, of course. Let's bounce over to our newsletter. Just a friendly reminder, if you're considering Mount Pleasant Middle School, there are documents that your students have received. If they've been lost and you need another copy, please send me an email. I can track some down for you, or you can visit the office at Mount Pleasant Middle School. We also have a K-12 document that allows your student to work with our tutors and advocates in the schools and visit the Native American room. Those are very good resources if your student needs a little help or, some advice. There's another person in their corner. There is a link here to some forms that you'll need to fill out for Mount Pleasant. And if you go into our Google Classroom, there is a link to the video that they sent out with some other documents, particularly if you're interested in some of the music programs. If you need another copy of that document, just reply to me, send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to forward that to you. And maybe we'll put it in next week's video again. Just a reminder, homework. Some of us are improved since I've started talking about these in these videos, and a few that I'm still working with. It's good practice. In middle school, you're going to have homework, much more than I give you here. We give plain homework on Tuesday and Thursday. It's often math related, some practice sheets, nothing that you should feel the need to have to teach them. And then also any work they don't finish at school should be brought home and finished as homework. On a much more fun topic than homework, the round dance will be this Saturday, March 9th at the Eagles Nest Tribal Gym. There is a itinerary on the round dance flyer that I have sent out, and it will be in this email and talked about here in just a minute. The event continues until 2 a.m. Students and all youth need to be accompanied by an adult. When I say 2 a.m., I should just say that right at 2 a.m., the time is going to switch to 3 because time changes this Sunday. That is Mr. Ireland's least favorite day of the year. I love my sleep, and losing that hour just makes my heart sad. Please remember to change any clocks that don't automatically do it by them itself, such as like your iPhone, so that you're not late for work on Monday or school on Monday. I do encourage students to get to bed at a decent time on Sunday night to help their bodies with that change. And if you've been at the round dance, that may not be much of a problem. There will be a family reading night next Thursday. I believe it's from 5:30 to 7. More information will be coming home in next week's newsletter, and there's probably going to be a flyer as well. You can see some upcoming events. On the 20th, we'll have a half day for professional development. Spring break starts after school on Thursday, the 21st. So then you got the 22nd to the 29th off and actually return on April 2nd. What are we learning? In math, we're working on multiplying and dividing fractions. Surprisingly much easier to do than adding and subtracting. Next week, we'll be looking at multiplying fractions by other fractions and the steps to it. I do still continue to recommend students create or acquire flashcards. It makes doing all of these other tests much easier if they've memorized their math facts. Language arts, we're going to be focusing on food webs. We are in sections on science. Social studies, we're going to go to war. And by war, I mean the Revolutionary War. We'll be looking at key events and leaders during that war. We do continue to review civics knowledge. In science, we'll actually launch that next unit, chemical magic. Although I mentioned it in last week's newsletter, I completely ignored that we had a review week first. I was getting a little excited, but we will launch that one next week. We do have this week's language here available to you. Much of it comes from the Ojibwe People's Dictionary, but also comes from our AB staff here at the school and even from classwork I take. So speaking of round dances here, we have the flyer here, and I will email this again to you. The itinerary is on the left. Student honoring it is at 8:30. Each entity in the education department nominated some students. It was asked by other students, well, if we're not the honoree, can we still go the round? Absolutely. I encourage all of our students to attend. The round dance itself begins at 7 after the 6 o'clock feast. There is the student honoring at 8:30. Memorials begins at 11:30, a snack at midnight, the giveaway at 1, and Semi-Sonic's closing time will begin at 2 a.m. And we will, if you're looking for any volunteer hours, they may still need some, but it'll be a great time. You can see some invited singers, including some of our former SCA staff here. March Spirit Days begin next week. You can see this. I will attach this flyer again in the email when I send that out today. Workout clothing on Monday, which makes me cheer because in my head I'm thinking, yes, I get to wear sweatpants to work. Tuesday is the superhero day. I'm not sure how as a teacher I'm going to do our March 13th, the career day, but it'll be fun. So if your student has a career goal already, or if they just want to have a little fun, there we go. It says college day, maybe wear their favorite college. Fun socks on Thursday and Friday, clothing with words. Finally, our week at a glance document with what we're doing in class. So if you ever want to say, well, how did this go with the student? Say, I want to know about the amazing undersea food web. It gives you something you can talk about with your student. You can ask them if their work's been done for that day. This document is always subject to change. Things happen. If it's a big change, I'll notify you, but most times we just make the change in the classroom and we move on. You know, seeing this background here on the Zoom makes me want to go play video games. However, it's 5:50 in the morning. Let's get ready for work. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at mireland@sagchip.org or mireland@sagchipschool.net with any comments, questions, or concerns. I hope everyone has a Minogijigad, and I look forward to seeing many of you at the round dance on Saturday. So I'm going to go ahead and say Bamapi and Miigwech.